So this recording, I'm going to start recording on TikTok here shortly, but I wanted to go ahead and start here on YouTube with you all. Today's class was awesome. Hopefully you've watched the replay. Next week, class will not be on Thursday. I will need to pivot and it will be on Friday. And I'm thinking it's going to be at the same time on Friday as it would have been on Thursday, but I will finalize that once I'm back in Texas. But as it stands right now, we will not have class on Thursday, but we will pick up on Friday. I have a meeting at work. Of course, I would have a meeting at work. And so we're just going to pivot. So that's number one. Number two, there is, let me go ahead and start this. Well, no, I'll record that separately. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. January has been the longest month. January has been the longest month, and we still have more than 24 hours left in the month of January. And I'm grateful for each moment that I get to live. But I would not be sincere if I didn't tell you that sometimes it's just like, golly, Lord, please, mercy, what is happening? And that's how a lot of January has been, especially the last several days. So I just want to remind you all to rest. And that doesn't mean sleep necessarily, but rest your mind, unplug from the matrix, plug into yourself, plug into the things that bring you a recharge, a renewal, like it's so super duper important. And then I want to tell you to make sure that you're taking care of important things and you're being mindful of responsibilities and goals for this year. Don't be distracted by the distractions. Still keep the main thing, despite whatever's going on around you. That is critical. Keep the main thing, despite what's going on around you. I want to really encourage you all to do that. Because again, January has been a long month and we still got over 24 hours to go. And who knows what February is going to be like, besides the excellence that is Black History Month. We don't need anybody's permission to celebrate that. We celebrate it 365 if we're going to really keep it 100. But also next month, we get things like the Super Bowl and the All-Star Weekend. And we start getting ready for March Madness. So it's a lot that happens in February. But find some things that you're looking forward to. Don't be distracted by what's happening globally, so to speak. It's not even global. What's happening here in the United States. Don't be so distracted by it that you lose focus on the main things, whatever those main things are for you. Also, don't let it distract you from getting into this course. Like I said, we're going to meet weekly next Thursday. Well, today we met at 10:30 till damn near 1. We ended class around 12:30, but we stuck around for some Q&A. But make sure that you are following on TikTok, and I'll put a short on here to give the class specifics for next week. So for week 2, which will be the week of January. About to say January, the week of February 3rd. We will probably meet on Friday because I do have a meeting on Thursday that requires me to be on campus at the college, whereas usually I'm not, but it will require me to be there. So that is the housekeeping that I wanted to tell you. The encouragement I want to tell you is to find your rest, right? Find your rest. And I don't just mean sleep, but just get your renewal, unplug from the chaos. And yes, this says 1 Kings 19, right? 3-8. This is my brand, rest. But I really just want to encourage us to not be overwhelmed. That's why I'm doing this course, to empower you with information and structure and history about our government, so that when things are happening and when you understand processes and the laws, even just a little bit better, it takes away some of that reactionary stuff. It don't mean you don't get pissed off and be like, this is so stupid, or why are they doing that? It doesn't mean that doesn't happen, but it does. You're less likely to just absorb it, like stay stationary in it. I know a lot of people today stay glued to their televisions with what happened with the flight and the helicopter, the plane and the helicopter last night. And I couldn't do it. I've tuned in and I've tuned out. I've tuned in, I've tuned out, because I have to protect my peace. And that is such a horrible story. Like, I'm connected to people who literally lost people. Um, and that is just scary to me, to know that there are people in my life that I am close with, that are in my phone, that I talk to, I partner with in community efforts. I support their community efforts. Someone who is family to me, she lost one of her team members on her job, so this is real lives have been impacted. There was a professor who's also a civil rights attorney, very young lady, young sister, who was killed. I have friends that knew and loved her, and to see them grieve, is just, y'all, this is too much. So yeah, you can sit there and listen to the press conferences and hear people blame DEI. See that right there? That just made me want to unplug it all, hearing that foolishness. But you can sit down and absorb that all day and stress your body, or you can unplug, reset, and then try it again. And that's where I'm at with this. That's where I'm at with 2025. On the days or the moments that I need to unplug, I'm going to unplug, because it's going to be critical to our strength and our ongoingness. For us to be able to keep moving forward, we have to know when to stop and rest, when to unplug. So that is my advice to you. As far as this global classroom, make sure that you take your time with this. I mean, plug in for the class, come in, listen to the lectures whenever you want. You can listen to them live, you can play them back, you can start and stop. They're long, so it's not a podcast format per se. They are long, some of them, but come in, listen, take notes. Hell, they no longer than Shannon Sharp, half of them interviews, and these are enriching you, not just entertaining you. Now, I do come with a little bit of comedy, but this is to enrich you, to empower you, so that you can enrich and empower your family and your community and your circle, right? We're going to delve into a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about social justice, which people will label as other things, but all it is, social justice is just a demand from society to protect constitutional rights. Anytime somebody try to belittle anything, they want to put a label on it. So they'll say, civil rights. Well, that's civil rights, but it's really just you're looking for your constitutional rights to be upheld. All right. I got Kimberly saying, yes, she knows when to unplug, and she's glad to be a part of this class. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you here. So, yeah, I want you all to stay connected to this space. Let this be a healthy space. Let this be a space of resource. If you have questions, send in your questions. If you haven't registered for the course, to really get all the resources, you just came across this video on YouTube or someone shared it with you, you can go on the homepage right here on YouTube. So click on our name, Pretty Petty Politics, subscribe, subscribe, please. This content is free to you, free for you. So subscribe, make sure you click on the description. In the description, there is a Google form link. Click that link, register for the class. Make sure you include your email. That way, resources that I distribute can be distributed to you. I'm not going to over inundate your inbox. but I do want to make sure that you are supported with information that is relevant, not just for the global classroom, but for overall life and things that you can carry. Think of this course as um, just more tools to put in your toolbox. That's how I want you to see this course, as a resource to collect tools. We're your Lowe's or your neighborhood Ace store, your neighborhood hardware store. We're here to provide you with resources to empower you so that you can build better communities and better tomorrows. Okay. So hopefully this quick video gives you some insight on what Pretty Petty Politics is doing in this season. Pretty Petty Politics has been around a long time, since 2018. Most of our content was on a friend of mine's or a group of friends who had a podcast channel on Apple. So they would use our content as the political content. And then I finally created a YouTube page. And so we've been around a while. And so we're going to do more in this space. And I'm using the word we because I am the owner, proprietor, but I do have partners and friends that come in and support and who pour into this. And who you'll see on camera some days. All right. So that's all I got. Peace out. Have a great weekend. Get through Friday. Let's get to February, and we're gonna turn up Black History Month. I'm gonna do some shorts during Black History Month, just to give you some Black history facts. That's gonna be my self challenge. But yeah, peace out.